That's him when he was little. Growing up in Puerto Rico. That's when he was young. He was in the National Guard and he was an Army reservist for about 20 years. Plus he was an attorney and he was a pastor. That's my mom. My favorite picture of him. That's him as a pastor in our little church. He was also an athlete. He competed in the Masters track and field championships, all the way to the World Championships, and all the way until 2008 when he was already fully diagnosed with Alzheimer's. He passed away in 2012, so that was 3 years before he passed away. He was still competing. And that's that event in 2008. That glimpse sometimes where, you know, he would come out of his condition and just give you a little bit of hope even for a second, just the way he looked at you or a gesture or something that would remind me of who he was before the illness. There was one thing very significant. Few months before he passed away, he was already very sick, and my niece was probably a toddler. She grabbed on some scissors, and he was not talking at that time. She grabbed some scissors and he saw her grabbing the scissors and he said, "Watch out!" And that was the only 2 words that came out of his mouth, the last 2 words that came out of his mouth. So to us that was very significant that he found it within him to just get the words out, even though, you know, for a year he hadn't been able to speak coherently.
I start crying. My husband didn't like to see me crying. As soon as he tried to beat or to hit me, then I start crying, and then he cried with me and just loved me. That's one of the strategies that I use with him. And in some occasion when he tried to keep something, I brought another things. If he brought like a special paper or important paper, then I brought him, because he was a lawyer and he was a pastor for many years, and he likes papers, and he tried to keep some important like check or something like that. I gave him another paper. I talked to another things. I changed all the keys, all the lock in at home. And I try to talk to him, and no matter, and to change the mood of him as soon as possible. That's why I'm working now for that, to be with him in the heaven. I try to work very hard. But when I married with him, I told him that I would be with him for my life, his life.